So tonight we're going to make a crayfish spaghetti. It's very simple. Just got basil, fresh basil, cherry tomatoes, spaghetti, crayfish, salt and pepper and olive oil. Very Mediterranean, very good for you and very, very delicious. Sometimes you have to go overboard. Plain is good and this is really good. So I won't show you the whole details on how to boil spaghetti because I think you know, or how to chop up the tomatoes, you just cut them in half, or how to chop some basil up, because I think you can probably work that out. If you can't, PM me or DM me and I'll help you along with that, but let's just carry on. So for the cray, cut the tail in half. You just want to cut up into pieces that will go well through the spaghetti. This is obviously enough for 2 or 3 people. So there's the cray. With the cherry tomatoes, just cut them in half. All you need to do, just do 1 punnet, maybe half a punnet for this amount of crayfish and spaghetti, who knows. Just do what you like. You'll know how many tomatoes you want in there. The good thing about spaghetti, tomatoes, they go well together. They really do. A lot of pasta dishes are tomato based, and of course basil, yeah, is part of the same sort of Mediterranean food group. With the basil, grab a big chunk of the leaves off the stem and just give it a chop up. A little bit more. You want a bit of basil flavour through this because it is absolutely delicious with pasta. That should be plenty. And if you know something else in there, the chalk. Do not cook without the chalk. Told you I was going to show you how to cook spaghetti, but I am. So the water's boiling, spaghetti in, enough for 2 or 3 people, maybe a touch more. Now that's going to start to boil now. As it starts to boil, just push it down so it's submersed, and then cook it for, look, very debatable. Everyone says till it's al dente. Al dente to me means when you like it. If you like it firmer, cook it less. If you like it really soft, cook it more. I go for about 10 or 12 minutes, but each individual has their own taste. Okay, time to add in Popeye's girlfriend, and you need a lot. And what I mean, that's heaps. It's because you want to coat you want to get that silky, beautiful taste on your pasta, and olive oil is fantastic for it, and it's going to accentuate the cray, the basil, and the salt and pepper, and it's so plain, so simple, but so delicious. Obviously the cray and the cray's already cooked, so put your cray and your cherry tomatoes in. Give them a swish-o. Get the heat up a little bit. You're not trying to cook the cray and you're not trying to cook the tomato. You just want them back warm through the tomatoes. Get them to a temperature that's sort of warm. You want them warm but not falling apart, so just give them a bit of a cook up first. Get it sizzling a little. Come in with your salt and pepper. Okay, like, and I mean come in with it. With most pasta dishes like this with seafood, you want a good amount of salt and a great amount of black cracked pepper. Oh, it smells good. This is so simple, yet so tasty. And you could do this with chicken if you wanted to. But you got crayfish, do it with some fish or some chicken, or I've got the luxury that we're catching a lot of crayfish at the moment. I can afford to use crayfish, but if you can't, use something else. Just such spaghetti pasta that's plain like this is amazing. A bit more pepper. We'll give it a try in a sec and see how it goes. Now get your basil in there. Because you want the basil flavour to infuse through the crayfish, the tomatoes and the oil. And the last thing we put in eventually is the spaghetti. Once it's al dente, it's actually it looks so plain, so simple, which it is, but it's so amazing. You don't need garlic, you don't need onions, although if you prefer, you can put them in, I don't. This is just such a, can't describe it really. Anyway, we'll come back when the pasta's cooked and throw it in. Okay, so the spaghetti is now cooked, al dente. Let's just put it over the top. Oh, what can I say? Okay, put that in there. Get a little bit more of Popeye's girlfriend to spread over the top of the actual spaghetti. More pepper. Don't forget, don't cook without the chalk. A little bit of salt. Now let's mix that through. It's very hard mixing food through pasta because the pasta tends to sit by itself. But I'm telling you, this will be, well, not will be, is sensational. Crayfish spaghetti, not bad. Get yourself a nice pasta bowl. Load her up. And that is my crayfish and spaghetti done and dusted.